5 simple and effective tips for realistic and lifelike eyes. 1. Remember that the eyeball itself, it's much bigger than what we see behind this almond shape. So the iris, which is the colorful part of the eye, is not always shown behind the eyelid. So sometimes some of the iris is hidden, usually on the top. So it generally looks like it's dangling from the top, and not showing the whole iris will give your eye a much more realistic appearance. Number 2. The upper eyelid generally casts a shadow on the top of the eye right here. So a third of the eye usually is darker in color. The iris is darker over here, and also the sclera over here is also darker. Tip number 3. The light that enters the eye will give the iris a warmer and lighter appearance, all the while leaving the outer rim a little darker. So that will make it look so dreamy and give the eye more character and more light. Some of the light is reflected by the outer layer of the eye called the sclera. So that always depends on where the light is coming from. I prefer placing my highlight on the top portion, and sometimes I add a secondary highlight. When I place my highlight on the darker part here where it's shaded, it gives it more contrast and a more stark appearance. And tip number 5, the eye is a wet organ. So we can create the feeling of wetness by placing a very subtle white line. Sometimes it can be interrupted white line here where the lower eyelid meets the eye, and that will give it a feeling of wetness. And here's your power tip. To make your eye look more believable and more realistic, always pay a little bit of attention to this portion over here called the caruncle. This is a vestigial membrane of the third eyelid that sometimes is present in animals, and this fleshy outgrowth has the function of moisturizing the eye and cleaning it from bacteria. Always pay a little bit of attention to paint this in. The colors are dark red to light pink, and it sometimes has a little bit of the white reflection that also signifies the wetness of the eye. Hey, so a quick post-production tip that I forgot to mention before. As I was looking at my painting, I realized that something looks a little unrealistic and a little too bright, and that is the white of the eyes, which is never really pure white. It's always an off-white, and although it's not pure white, I darkened it a little bit, but I think I could go even further to darken it because it still looks too bright and too fake, like it's glowing, and I don't actually want that right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and darken it a little bit and see how it looks afterwards. It's a subtle change, but it makes all the difference. So keep the whites not white. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you're finding value in this video, please let me know down in the comments down below, and continue watching to see how I colored in these eyes. And I hope I'll see you in the next video. Black, some metallic cobalt blue, some green, some white. I have some strawberry red and some pearl white from Arteza.
just keep it down, down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself